Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Cloudy Sheep and we are playing Rule the Waves as the US, still in war against the UK. We were fighting a very nice battle last time where we, or rather our very new battleship, the Pennsylvania class, with the 14-inch guns, 12 of them in particular, did sink a couple of ships from the UK. Especially the Resolution class battleships, and the... Did we sink two? I thought we did. No, sorry, we just sank one. We met two, but sunk one of them, sunk one of the inflexible classes, or the inflexible itself, the lead ship of the class. So that means that if we have a look at the British ships, all in all, we are dominating them. We have more battleships, we have more battle cruisers, our tonnage is greater, we have still some heavy cruisers, lots more light cruisers, more destroyers, so I think, we really broke them to some extent. That being said, they are building, they have a lot of these Resolution class battleships, and then just a couple of smaller classes. Although, again, the Renown over here is a very formidable ship. 16-inch guns, 10 16-inch guns on a full broadside, 13-inch belt armor. That is in fact much more than we can afford, so that's a bit discerning. Our latest class is the Monroe class battle cruiser over here with just 9 14-inch guns, so less guns of a lower caliber than what the Brits have. Considerably less armor, and if we look at the speed of the Renown class, it's 26 knots. So it's not really a dreadnought, I would say. It's a borderline battle cruiser or fast battleship. However you want to describe it, it's a very formidable thing. They also have the Inconstant class battle cruiser. Again, 10 16-inch guns, slightly faster, a little bit less armor. So yeah, I'm really concerned about these ships. Even the incomparables here, 12 16-inch guns, these are really massive ships. So looking at our situation, I know even though the timing isn't realistically so that we need to design another ship, but you know what, since we can, let's pick our latest ship, the Pennsylvania, open this design, and let's have a look at what we could improve on this ship over here. So I think the displacement, there's a maximum to where it can go, right? Or not? Oh, yeah, it is. That's of course something that we would like to use. The gun layout I think is fine for now. Torpedo defenses we can't do any better. I'm thinking that with the increasing number of bases that we have around the world, we can finally go to medium and normal reliability down here, still use fuel. We also have by now finally discovered the all or nothing armored scheme. So we are going to give the extended situation down here to 0 and get a flat type, and that means we have an all or nothing armored scheme. So that's fine. I think a bigger ship, I think we can dial up the speed slightly. Yeah, it's just 300 kilos, 300 tons per step. So 25 knots I think is a very fine speed for a battleship. Do we want more? I think we are gonna clear, I mean, in terms of caliber we can go up, can go significantly higher, but still the 14-inch guns do have some advantage. They still can penetrate even at very high ranges the main armor of the enemy, which I think the 15-inch guns, they would be slightly better, but not so much that I feel that it's really worthwhile. We need to go up to 16 inches to really gain an advantage on them at the maximum range, so we could certainly do that, but I don't think it's worthwhile. I think instead we are going to clear all turrets. Yes, thank you. We're going to take the forward superimposed, aft superimposed, and take quadruple turrets, because that's something that we can do, so let's update that. And just get a lot more volume of fire. I know I've been a bit bitching around that because yeah, in the last battles the volume of fire wasn't that immediately super great for us, but I think it's okay. And I think the rest of the weight that we have here we will spend on more belt armor. Let's actually beat their belt armor. Let's do a bit more deck armor because I think, yeah, at this point we are seeing that at the maximum ranges there's a lot more plunging fire, so that's something to keep in mind. So maybe we are gonna go dial down a little bit on this, keep it around here. Well, this should be fine. We don't really have great 16-inch 6-inch guns, but 5-inch guns are nice. I think 16 of them, 8 on each side in double turrets. Why not? Plus another 10 4-inch guns with a very low weight. I think this should be fine here. That did save us some weight, which I think we need to spend on our secondary armor, as you guys suggested. Let's take 5 inches there. I'm tempted to pick higher turret top armor, because at the very least I think we should go for 6 inches. It does push up the weight by quite a bit, but that is something that I still feel is worthwhile. Conning tower and reduce that a bit, turrets reduce that a bit. I don't really feel like that is a good answer. Definitely not going to go down on the improved director, nor on the rounds. Well, maybe a little bit, 110 rounds, but that's really the minimum. We could go down on this caliber here, but that's only 40 tons, so really not that dramatically important. Let's briefly check whether it is legal. It is, so we didn't forget anything too crucial. We could drop down by 1 gun maybe on the forward superimposed. Although I feel like we might be chasing them, so maybe on the aft superimposed. But no, 16 guns is a nice layout. I like it. It has a certain oomph, so let's do it like that. Fine, I'm going to drop the speed a little bit. That should be fine. Now I'm fairly happy about this. Yeah, let's do it like this. And now we did pick the Pennsylvania, let me remember. So I think we went up by doing this, so let me briefly pull out my cheat sheet. And of course we want states. And of course, yeah, so let's take Rhode Island. Yep, that's all fine. Let's save that. Thank you. How expensive is it? 180. Yeah, that's fine. And indeed, we want to build that. Will cost us some money, quite a bit of money actually, and of course be immediately super expensive to build. But I think that's not going to be fine, in fact. So we are gonna halt the construction for now, just save up a little bit of money, maybe until these guys get repaired. Although again, timing wise, I think, yeah, we'll have to see about that. Brits have retreated, I think, mostly. Well, there's still a battle cruiser in the North American west coast. There's still a battleship in the Caribbean. Not much more anywhere else though, so let's, maybe for the last couple of rounds send you guys from the east coast down to the Caribbean, along with maybe 1 battleship. Well, the Caribbean can't come, the Pennsylvania can't come, sorry, but maybe these two Oklahomas. What are you doing on the South American east coast? Did I send you there? I should not think so. Maybe I misclicked. Yeah, that's a bit weird, but anyway, that means they will come through the Caribbean. Really? Well, that's weird. In terms of fighting, there's fighting in the Caribbean, in Jamaica, I believe. Yeah. So let's see. Let's take the turn. Bermuda, very nice. Fighting continues in Jamaica. We will push for more war. Oh well. Well. 4 British submarines sunk, excellent result. Do we get battle in support of land combat, which is a bit big. Let's accept that and fight it, of course. Unknown ship sighted. Why are we not on the... Okay, there we are. Oh, so it's closely after midnight, very close to Bermuda, at sighting ranges that are just horribly short. This is the maximum range. We can barely even see our own destroyers. Let's increase our speed. Let's have a look at the Lexington. Oh yeah, I think that was one of the first, or the first battleship that we had. Only 12-inch guns, sort of not that great armor. Not much we can do about that. Let's get the inlay view. Are we traveling south or north? Oh, I don't even know that. North. Right, so let's sort of go into this direction. See if we can identify them. Although, ugh, a battlecruiser at this range, come on. So, they are firing on us. And did we get the turret destroyed immediately in the opening salvo? At the 11 inches? No, the turret top. Still, that's brutal. That's incredibly brutal. You're launching torpedoes though, that's nice to see. And you're hitting, and you're hitting. So that's excellent. And some 12 inches. Near miss on the Monaghan, rather. Okay. Medium damage on this battlecruiser. We don't even know what type it is yet. We are firing on them though. More hits on them. 7 inches, 12 inches, 4 inches. 2 torpedo hits. I mean, that's something. Okay, there we go. It's an inconstant class. Damn it. It's one of the beasts that we saw earlier. Two of its turrets are out of action though, so that's an excellent result. Some of these things seem to be firing on something else. There are some more ships up here, which I'm afraid might be destroyers and might be targeting us, so let's see about that. Superstructure hit, inconstant hit, just with a small inch shell. Light cruiser. Oh, damn it, Lexington is further hit. One of your turrets out of action again. By the 16. Yeah, that's that's the thing with 16-inch guns, which is why I always try to go for the high-inch caliber guns. Let's hope that these torpedoes do hit, or that we hit them. More hits on us though as well, so I would have hoped that that was a hit. And we definitely do need to turn around because they will be launching torpedoes at this range. Also, our back guns are principally in action, so that's fine. Can I actually tell you guys to do a torpedo run? The Fanning is the only one that actually has any torpedoes left. Just jump over there. Oh, wait, I need to tell you to not be AI controlled, and just go this way. Lexington turret hit. Damn it! This is so accurate, and 3 turrets are out of action now, so yeah, not that great. Light cruiser hit with 12-inch guns, so that's nice to see. It's actually a destroyer, but so much nicer still. You need to go this way. Also, I think you need to be in a bit different formation. Line ahead, I think, would be lovely. Our man is sinking. That's not great. That does mean we can control the fanning directly, and that is nice as well. With 2 turrets destroyed and 1 temporarily out of action, I think we want to sort of come in over here just so we can control these destroyers. But you know what, I think we'll not probably be able to catch them. But let's see. Minute after minute after minute. It's 1 AM in the morning now, so not immediately super effective. Let's also have a look at the Lexington itself. Just how bad is the damage? 8 hits, 3 turrets out of action. Unidentified ship, that's just a destroyer. Another destroyer. Are you set to you're set to screen? Please do go for line ahead. Okay. There is the battle cruiser. And one of our turrets is back in action, so that's nice to see. We might be launching a couple of more torpedoes from the fanning, which is a fanning class, duh. I think that's one of our nicer classes and more modern classes. Yeah, but it's falling behind now, so you know what? Just withdraw, everyone. Tripper, you're really bad. Yeah, you are sinking already, so never mind that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I thought so. Oh well. Let's go ultra fast. Aim sunk. And yes, let's dock at Hamilton. Should be fine. Fanning has sunk. Yeah, we lost quite a couple of destroyers. So I think all in all this will be counting as a loss. But we'll have to see about that. Some more turns, not that many. But yeah, again, 16-inch guns on us, just wrecking us immediately. Granted, it was at close range, but you know, at higher ranges it's even worse. So, it is daylight. I think it's wise that we didn't stay around for daylight, but yeah, there we go. They even had a battleship in the area. They did suffer medium damage, but no, heavy damage actually. But here we go. They were hit a couple of times. First times by the torpedoes, by the Lexington armored piercing. Secondary battery hit. It did penetrate the belt armor. That's no issue at this range, but engine room. That would have been nice to score a couple of more torpedo hits. It didn't take much. One more torpedo hit I think would have done it. It would have, the flotation would have just simply destroyed it. Gun data, penetration for 16-inch guns, yeah. Immediately gonna destroy us. Oh well. 3 destroyers sunk, so this does count as a major victory for us. Not sure why, because probably of a major damage for them, but still, I don't feel like this is really a big win for us. So no, this is not significant in any way. Pennsylvania is around, back online. Lexington is suffering some damage, so is the Ranger. They have a battleship down here. They do have lots of stuff in our home zone. 1 battleship. What do they have here? No. Okay, so Pennsylvania, where are you going? South American West Coast. No. No, no, no. You, my friend, are going to stay in the Caribbean. Or on the west coast. I mean, there is a battlecruiser on the west coast. There's a battleship in the Caribbean. There is fighting in the Caribbean. So I think that's fine. Oh, they're still fighting in Bermuda. But at least we took control. You are in the Caribbean going to the west coast. I think that's fine. That means what do we have in the Caribbean then? 2 ships at the beginning of the turn, 1 at the end of the turn. You on the east coast, Lexington. Oh no, you're all under repair really. You 2 are on the west coast. So that means I have 2 battlecruisers in the Caribbean in fact. I think that's fine. Let's take the turn. And here we go. Game is over. Do we want to play on? I think we'd want to. Do we want to end this war? Now I think that's something that we want to do. I mean, the war has progressed fairly far, so I think we wouldn't really resign naturally at this point. Of course, you know, the character that we might play would die, so I think, here we go, we are going to play on research in ship design. That's nice to see. Our submarines, 1 submarine sunk, 3 British submarines sunk, British raider has been interned, that's nice to see. Convoy attack, medium battle, let's accept that. They can't even muster enough strength, so that's nice to see. There's still the accelerated Monroe being built. Battleship on the east coast. Battleship in the Caribbean. 1 battlecruiser on the west coast. Let's briefly check out what we have on the west coast and whether we consider that sufficient. So 2 Constitutions and a Lexington. Lots of 12-inch guns. Lots and lots of 12-inch guns. Nothing bigger though. So would we maybe want to send in the Jefferson or the Madison? I think we want to send the Jefferson to the west coast, and on the other hand withdraw the Lexington here to the east coast, or the Caribbean rather, and be having it there. In the Caribbean we then have the Madison and the Pennsylvania, 2 very modern ships, so that's fine I think. In terms of destroyers, I think we can send 3 more destroyers down to the Caribbean to replace the losses that we suffered earlier, and in 3 months we'll resume the construction of the Rhode Island, and that should be fine. So, but for now I'm gonna put in a cut in here, but let me guys know what you think, especially whether you want to actually see the continuation of this war. I think at some point the game will tell us that we won because of the victory points that we've secured so far, and especially maybe once we get in the Caribbean the possession of Jamaica down here, because we do have much more power than they have, and not 4 times as much, so I think we'd actually, last thing, we'd actually send a bit more strength down there. So maybe the 2 Oklahoma classes, 14-inch guns, yes, I think that would be a lovely idea. Let's send these guys to the Caribbean. There we go then. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.